Hello, Buddhas. Thank you for joining us in another video today. And I just want to quickly talk about the fact that angels exist and they're people too. Now, you might be wondering, are they flying around with crazy wings on their back, doing weird Lucifer stuff, etc., and all these weird pop icons that I understand? No. Calm your horses, okay? Maybe. I don't know. Okay, apparently there's a cherubim hanging outside of the Garden of Eden. So maybe there's one flying around your own brain all the time. But, different topic, different video. Today, we're just going to talk about the everyday angels. The people that are in your life and are a part of your life that you can call in when you need them. Let me explain. I was having an issue with something I had purchased from the fruit company. And this is a very big fruit company, mind you, that does monthly subscriptions for very specific things that can cost lots of money. And this subscription that I had purchased was no longer being offered in the way that I had purchased it. So I started to chat with them to try and resolve that issue, and immediately the first person says, no, you've passed this certain amount of days, that it's a 6-month subscription, but if you contact us after the 60-day mark, 2 months, then we can't help you at all. It's not our problem anymore, even though you're paying for 6 months. Bit of a weird policy there. They said that I couldn't have any help. So I was like, okay, escalate me to someone else. And then that person said the same things and just stonewalled me. So I was like, you know what? This chat thing, that's the wrong approach for this. This is a human-to-human discussion that needs to happen. And just chitty-chatting with someone over the interwebs, it works, but it doesn't work. It works if you know the person. If you don't know the person, it's impossible to actually get anything done. I'm sorry, that's just a fact. Got on the phone, literally waited a minute, like great customer service from the fruit company on the usual. And an angel answers it. Hi, my name's so-and-so, how can I help you? I'm like, look, this is what happened. I purchased something for a 6-month subscription. It's $100. And 60 and a bit days later, that service is no longer being offered by the vendor, who is a partner in sorts of the fruit company. So this gets me thinking that I would like to get a refund for the part that I'm not getting, because I got the first part, but I'm not getting that second part of the 6 months. So I'd like to get my refund. And that's what I had initially tried, but I was being stonewalled by chat support, so I reached out over the phone to you guys. She takes one look at the situation and goes, okay, they're no longer offering you the thing that you had paid for. That's $100. I totally get you. Let me escalate this to my engineering team. How about I give you a call back on Thursday and we can see where we stand? What? Thank you, Angel, because all you offered to do was to help me in this situation, in a situation where it's not just that you feel powerless, but you are entirely powerless to the whims of the fruit company. Which is fine. I totally get it. I trust and love the fruit company, honest to goodness. That's not even a plug. But approach number one of complete and utter just like, here's our policy, essentially, go F yourself, versus approach number two, which is, yeah, I get there's a policy, but this is silly, because you paid for something and you're not getting it. Let me see what I can do to help you. Those are two different companies. Those are two entirely different psyches. And Fruit Company, if you end up watching this video because it goes viral, longtime fan, don't treat people the way you treat them in the chat. I get it, there's a lot of dumbness that you put up with. I know from experience. But at least offering to help me, it turned into a 5-minute phone conversation that was done. Whereas I wasted half an hour in chat going back and forth trying to justify why I deserved someone to help me. And at the end of the day, the reflection here in the latter part of the video is that my initial approach was just, hey, I'm just going to go do this, it'll be fine. And then when I started hitting those barriers and those walls, I was just trying to push through them, use the same techniques that I had learned while working there, or learned by experiencing people use them on me, and knowing for a fact, because it has happened, so something that has happened in the past documented to me makes something a fact unless it can change, that anything is theoretically possible, and that a 60-day policy can be completely, okay, cool, it's 60, I think it ends up being like 72 days for me, honestly, so it's like less than 2 weeks even afterwards. Details are not important. But what is interesting is how the second time around with the phone call support, I went, I'm just going to get on the phone with someone and they're going to understand. That's all I ask. Just understand what I'm going through. It's not that I'm going through a lot. It's just a subscription to something on the internet. But to actually see it and hear it, not just be like, meh, 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 meh. And the secret, now that you've lasted through all of this, the secret, the most important thing about this entire situation that I believe is what changed it, is before I made the phone call, I took a minute to breathe and calm down myself. Because I was like, oh man, I just feel like really ripped off, really unfairly treated here. And I went, okay, I'm gonna get into this phone call and I'm gonna approach it with my heart. I'm not gonna use the brain space, I'm gonna use the heart space to approach this situation. We'll see what happens, right? Because Buddhas, remember, the absolute most important thing that you can do is to love yourself.